There is something I need to say to you before another minute passes. Not tomorrow, not at the end of this message. Right now, in the very first breath of this conversation, because what I am about to tell you is exactly what the enemy has been trying to stop you from hearing. You were led to this video today. That is not a coincidence. That is not the algorithm. That is a door I opened for you, because there is something I have been waiting for the right moment to say, and that moment is now. The enemy knows it, and that is why he has been working so hard to fill your mind with noise, with doubt, with distractions that seemed small but were designed to keep you from sitting still long enough to hear my voice. He knows that if you truly receive what I'm about to tell you, if it lands all the way in, past the layers of exhaustion and disappointment and self-doubt, something in you is going to shift that he cannot undo. So stay with me, stay right here, because this message was sent to you, and he does not want you to receive it. I need you to understand something about how the enemy operates. He does not always come loudly. He does not always announce himself. He is not always an obvious attack, a sudden crisis, a dramatic moment that you can point to and say, there, that is where it started. More often he works in the quiet. He works in the slow erosion of your confidence. He works through the voices of people around you who are not fully for you, even if they smile when they say your name. He works through the thoughts you have late at night that sound like logic but are actually fear dressed up in reason. He is patient, he is strategic, and he targets the ones who carry the most, because those are the ones whose breakthrough, if they ever fully walk into it, would shake the foundations of his territory. You are one of those people, and he knows it. I need you to hear that, not to frighten you, but to explain why the resistance you have been experiencing is not random. There is nothing random about the timing of the attacks in your life. There is nothing random about the fact that every time something good begins to happen, something else moves to cut it off. Every time you get close to a breakthrough, something appears to push you back. Every time you start to feel peace, something disturbs it. Every time your faith begins to build, something comes to chip at the foundation. That is not bad luck. That is a targeted campaign against you specifically because of what you carry. As it is written in 1 Peter 5:8, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. A roaring lion does not hunt random fields. It hunts where the prey is, and the enemy hunts where the anointing is. The fact that you have faced concentrated resistance is not evidence that God has abandoned you. It is evidence of the weight of what God placed inside you. What you call a difficult life, I call a high-value target. And now, because I love you and because you need to see what I see, I am going to show you what has been happening beneath the surface of your story. I am going to name what the enemy has been using against you. I am going to show you the doors he has been walking through. And I am going to give you the truth that once you receive it, he cannot take from you, because that is exactly why I needed to get this to you now, before he does. The first thing I need you to see is this. The enemy's most effective weapon against you is not the visible attack. It is the invisible one. It is the thing you cannot fully name. The low-grade unease that lives in your chest when you are around certain people. The sense that something is off, even when everything looks fine from the outside. The relationship that drains you every time, even though you cannot explain why to someone else. The opportunity that consistently disappears right before it arrives. The pattern of one step forward and 2 steps pulled back that has repeated in your life across different seasons, different places, different circumstances, as if something is following you. I am telling you today, something has been following you. Not because you are cursed, not because you have failed, but because you have been carrying something the enemy has spent years trying to neutralize. And he does not want you to recognize it for what it is, because the moment you do, his access closes. This is not superstition. This is the architecture of spiritual warfare that I have revealed throughout my word. The enemy is real, his operations are deliberate, and his primary strategy against my chosen people has always been concealment. Keep them confused, keep them blaming themselves, keep them focused on the wrong source, keep them so exhausted from the symptoms that they never look for the root. But today, right now in this moment, the concealment is ending. Remember Nehemiah, my beloved. The walls of Jerusalem lay broken, the city lay exposed. And I called one man to rebuild what was destroyed. And immediately, not eventually, not after a long period of peace, immediately the enemies of that work appeared, Sanballat and Tobiah. They mocked first. When mocking did not stop the work, they threatened. When threatening did not stop it, they conspired to attack. And when Nehemiah learned of the conspiracy, do you know what he did? He did not stop building. He did not retreat. He divided the workers. Half of them continued to build, and half of them stood guard with their weapons ready. As it is written in Nehemiah 4:17, those who carried burdens were loaded in such a way that each labored on the work with one hand and held his weapon with the other. Do you see? The work and the war happened at the same time. The building did not pause for the attack, and the attack did not stop the building. So it is with you. You have been trying to build your peace, your purpose, your family, your finances, your faith, and you have felt the attacks arriving alongside the work. You thought that meant something was wrong with you. I am telling you that means something is right with you. The enemy does not attack what is not building. He attacks what is in the process of becoming, and you, in the middle of everything you have been carrying, have kept building. The weapon was in your hand the whole time. And here is what most people never understand about this. The enemy does not need access to your entire life to disrupt it. He only needs one open door, one unguarded moment, one relationship that is not fully who it presents itself to be, one thought pattern that you have accepted as just the way your mind works, one fear that you have treated as wisdom rather than an assignment from the darkness. He finds that one opening, and he uses it consistently, quietly, strategically, until the damage accumulates into a pattern that looks like your life has simply not worked the way you hoped. But listen, this is the part that changes everything. Every open door has a name, every pattern has a root, and I have not sent you into this battle without the ability to find what he has been using. You were not designed to live under the fog of hidden warfare permanently. You were designed to discern, to see, to identify, and once you identify it, once you call it by name, its power over you begins to collapse. As it is written in Isaiah 54:17, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me. That is not a wish, that is not a hope, that is a covenant declaration. The weapon was formed. I did not say your life would be weapon-free. I said no weapon formed against you shall prosper. There is a difference. The attack is real, but the outcome is already written. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are mine. Stay with me, because what I am about to say connects all of it. There are things operating against your life right now that you cannot see clearly, but that you have felt. You have felt the friction that should not be there. You have felt the invisible resistance. You have felt the relationships that took more than they gave. You have felt the timing of attacks that was too precise to be accidental. You were right. Your discernment was right. What your spirit detected was real. And I have been wanting you to understand what to do with that information, because discernment without direction produces only anxiety. But discernment with direction produces victory. The most dangerous enemy is the one who knows your name, who sits at your table, who smiles in your face, and yet something about certain people in your life has never felt right. and you have been afraid to say it out loud. The Manual of the Chosen gives you 9 keys to expose exactly who and what is operating against you in the dark, shut the doors they have been using, and permanently change the trajectory of your life. The link is pinned in the first comment. Comment, "I see what was hidden," and let that be the moment the exposure begins. Now let me go deeper, because what I showed you in the story of Nehemiah is only the beginning. There is a second thing the enemy has been using against you that I want to name today, and it is subtler than an open door or a suspicious relationship. It lives inside you. It is the voice that says you are responsible for every hard thing that has happened in your life. That if you had prayed more, trusted more, done more, chosen differently, things would have gone differently. It is the voice that takes every painful season and turns it into evidence of your failure. That accuses you in the quiet moments. That makes you hesitant to ask me for too much, because a part of you wonders if you have disqualified yourself from the fullness of what I promised. I need you to hear this clearly. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is a weapon. The enemy knows that a chosen person who believes they are disqualified will not fight for what belongs to them. A person in shame does not claim their inheritance. A person who has accepted the accusation stops reaching for the promise. And so one of his most consistent strategies against the people I have set apart is not to attack from the outside, but to position himself inside your own thought life, speaking in a voice that sounds like conscience, sounds like humility, sounds like self-awareness, when what it actually is a lie designed to keep you smaller than I made you, as it is written in Revelation 12:10. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. Day and night. That is not an occasional visit. That is a campaign. And the accusation he brings against you is not based on your actual worth. It is based on his strategy against your destiny. You are not disqualified. You are not too far gone. You are not in the wrong season. You are not missing what I am doing. You are in the middle of it, and the resistance you are feeling is not proof that I have withdrawn. It is proof that what I am building in you has value enough to be opposed. God was not being silent. God was being precise. Every season of difficulty you have moved through has deposited something in you that cannot be produced any other way. The patience you now carry, the discernment you have been quietly developing, the capacity for compassion that came from having needed it yourself, the ability to recognize what is real versus what only looks real. These are not accidents. These are tools, and they are tools that will be used in what comes next, in the assignment that is in front of you, the territory that is about to open, the relationships that God is positioning for the next chapter of your life. I did not bring you this far to abandon you now. What you call delay, I call preparation. And this message found you right at the threshold, the moment before the enemy intended to move again. The moment where, had you not stopped to hear this, the next layer of the strategy against you might have been harder to see. But you are here. You heard it. And now the ground shifts. Before we continue, let me pause here for a moment, because what we are doing in this space matters deeply. Let me pause for a second and say something I mean with everything in me. This channel exists as a lifeline for people who are in the middle of the battle and need to know that God has not abandoned the field. If you have found courage in these messages, if they have helped you stand when you wanted to fall, there is a link pinned in the first comment called Buy Me a Coffee. It is completely voluntary. Give only if God moves you. But if He does, know that your generosity directly reaches the next person who finds this video on the night they almost gave up. Thank you. Let us move forward. Something has been targeting your home, and you may not even have a name for it yet. The fights that come out of nowhere, the children pulling away, the peace that used to be there gone. This is not random, and you were not meant to face it without the right weapons. The Chosen One's Family Protection Manual gives you 7 specific prayers to shield every person in your house, expose what has been working against your family in the dark, and restore what was taken in 7 days. Thousands of families have already used this. The link is pinned in the first comment. Get it now. Comment, "My home is protected," and claim that over your family today. Now, I want to show you who you really are on the other side of this message. Take a moment and think about what your life has looked like over the last few years. The things you hoped would open that did not. The prayers you prayed in the dark when no one was watching. The times you almost stopped believing as to and did not. The moments where the logical thing would have been to give up and something in you refused. You may have looked at all of that as evidence of struggle, evidence of difficulty, evidence of a life that has not gone the way you planned. But I want to offer you a different interpretation. Every time you almost stopped and did not, that was the anointing protecting itself. Every time you prayed and saw nothing and prayed again, that was a chosen person operating at a level of faith most people never reach. Every time the enemy moved against you and found you still standing the next morning, that was proof that what lives inside you is stronger than what has been assigned against you. You have been in the middle of a story you could not see from the inside. You only saw the pages, the pain, the waiting, the confusion. I see the whole book. And what I see is a person being formed for something that requires exactly the kind of depth you have been developing in the dark. This is not a coincidence. This is a conversation. I need you to let that land all the way in. This message, this moment, is not accidental. You did not stumble onto this video by chance. Out of every piece of content available to you right now, this is what opened. And it opened because I have something to say to you specifically, something that was meant to reach you before the next layer of the enemy's strategy against your life could take root. This message did not find you by accident. Nothing about your life is an accident in my hands, and now that you have heard it, now that the exposure has begun, I want to walk you into what comes next, because hearing is only the beginning. There is something you need to do with what you now know. The enemy has been operating through concealment, and the antidote to concealment is exposure, followed by action. It is not enough to sense that something has been working against you. It is not enough to feel the pattern. You need to identify it, name it, close the doors it has been using, and seal your life in a way that changes the spiritual atmosphere around you going forward. You need both of these. The enemy has been using jealousy to send assignments against your home and your progress. The Manual of the Chosen gives you 9 keys to expose exactly who is operating against you, what they have been using, and how to permanently shut the access they have had. And the Chosen One's Family Protection Manual gives you 7 targeted prayers to shield your home, your children, your marriage, and every person under your roof from what has been operating against your household in the dark. Both links are pinned in the first comment. One closes the door, the other guards what is behind it. You need both. Get them now, and let this be the day the enemy's access to your life permanently ends. I want to close this message by bringing you back to where we began. I said to you at the start, there is something I need to say to you before another minute passes. And I said it urgently, because that urgency was real. The enemy knows what this message contains. He knows what changes when a chosen person finally sees what has been operating against them. He knows what shifts when the fog lifts and clarity arrives. He moves to prevent that, not because he's more powerful than I am, but because he is terrified of what you become when you finally see yourself the way I see you. You are not a person things happen to. You are a person I chose before you were formed, before the patterns of attack began, before the silence started, before the losses accumulated. I chose you, knowing all of it, knowing the exact shape of the opposition that would come, knowing the precise seasons where your faith would be tested to its limit. And I chose you anyway, not despite those things, but in full knowledge of them, because I did not choose you for an easy road. I chose you for the assignment on the other side of it. You have walked through more than most people in your life know, and you are still here, still watching, still reaching for my voice. That is not weakness. That is the signature of someone whose assignment is not finished. The hidden season was not punishment. It was protection. And what is coming, what is on the other side of this threshold you are standing at right now, will make the waiting make sense. Not in a vague someday way. In a specific, this is what I was being formed for way. The clarity is coming. The reversal is in motion. The doors the enemy has been walking through are closing. And the doors I have been preparing, the ones that open to territory he cannot enter, those are about to open. You were never waiting for me to find you. I found you before you were born. You have never been alone in this. Not once. Not in the deepest silence. Not in the longest night. Not in the moment where you came closest to letting go of everything. I was there, not watching from a distance, but present, working, building something in you that the opposition itself was being used to strengthen. You are not forgotten, you are not invisible, you are mine. And today, right now, at this moment in this video, the enemy's attempt to intercept this message has failed. Because you heard it, it is already in you, and what is in you, in the hands of the one who placed it there, cannot be taken. The most dangerous enemy is the one who knows your name, who sits at your table, who smiles in your face, and yet something about certain people in your life has never felt right, and you have been afraid to say it out loud. The Manual of the Chosen gives you 9 keys to expose exactly who and what is operating against you in the dark, shut the doors they have been using, and permanently change the trajectory of your life. And the Chosen One's Family Protection Manual gives you 7 prayers to shield your home from what has been working against it in ways you could feel but not name. You are chosen, and chosen people do not walk this path alone. Both links are pinned in the first comment. Click Receive, Open and Begin. Comment right now, I see what was hidden. That is your declaration of faith. That is the moment the exposure becomes permanent. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this message with the person in your life who needs to hear it today. You may be the instrument I use to reach the next person who is still waiting to be found.